Hello, I'm Madeline Eads and I'm here today to talk about one of the greatest scientists in history. Her name is Marie Skłodowska, also known as Marie Curie. She plays a huge role in today's medical world, and we would not have the X-ray technology without her. Today I will be going over Marie's childhood, her discoveries, and her findings. First, let's dive into Marie's upbringing. Marie was raised from a well-educated home in Poland. Both her parents were teachers. Marie was always hungry for knowledge, which showed in her career. Unfortunately, Marie witnessed tragedies. Her older sister died when Marie was 9 years old, and a couple years later, her mother died as well. It was very hard on her, yet she kept going. Her father got into some trouble and lost his savings, so Marie stepped up to the plate and supported her family by teaching. At the same time, Marie was taking all the scientific courses and trainings she could, and she was very determined to get a higher education, but Poland would not let her at the time. With money being tight, Marie had to wait. When she was finally able to, she went to Paris, France to study physical science. After 2 years of studying, Marie made it on the licentiate list, which is a step under a PhD. She returned home and started searching for jobs at universities, but came up short. Marie was awarded a scholarship and went back to school for studying mathematics. Now, Marie was on the licentiate list for mathematical sciences as well. While studying magnetism, she was introduced to Pierre Curie, a French physicist. They were both amazed at how alike they were. Pierre had said they were soulmates. While Marie hesitated for a little while, they ended up being married. She then gave birth to a baby girl, Irene, and a few years later, she ended up having another baby girl, Eve, but that did not stop her work. Marie was now following the discovery that she called radioactivity. She started to study the radiation of uranium. In her findings, the reactions she saw with testing the uranium, she thought that there could be an unknown element involved. In order to find an unknown element, it must be isolated. Marie and her husband, Perry, worked together to figure out how to separate it. He worked on the physics aspect, while she worked on the chemistry part of it. They led to the discovery of polonium. Pierre then published his research on the radiobiology of radium. For Marie's work, she received a doctorate in science, and she also received a Nobel Prize for her discoveries of radioactivity. Pierre Curie died very suddenly and tragically, so Marie threw herself into her work. She then built a laboratory of the Radium Institute in Paris to study radioactivity and the biological effects of ionized radiation. In 1911, Marie was part of a physics conference in Brussels, where she was the only woman in the council that also included Albert Einstein. In that same year, Marie won another Nobel Prize, but this time it was for chemistry for her work on radium and radium compounds and for the isolation of metallic radium. News broke out that Marie was having an affair with one of the councilmen, Paul Legevin, a married man with 4 kids. The press exposed the letters that she had sent to him. They had split, and Marie fell into a depression. Marie and her children went back to Poland, and she became an honorary member of the Science Society of Warsaw. In 1914, Marie became the head of the Paris Institute of Radium. In World War I, Marie created a mobile radiographic unit and was at the front line of the battles when she examined the wounded. Marie trained radiologists and made more radiographic units to give to the military hospitals, which saved millions of soldiers. Marie's first daughter, Irene, joined the Radium Institute, and it became the World Center for Nuclear Energy. When Poland gained their independence, Marie was on a committee to build the Radium Institute of Warsaw, which was a center for cancer. In 1922, Marie was appointed a member of the International Commission of Intellectual Cooperation by the Council of the League of Nations. Even though Marie never patented her work, she was an advocate for scientists' right to patent their work. Marie fell ill in 1934, so she didn't really contribute to science, but Irene and her husband continued their studies and discovered artificial radioactivity. Marie Curie died on July 4, 1934, due to a long battle of leukemia, which was due to the many, many years of being exposed to radiation. Marie Curie left a huge legacy behind, not only in the science world, but she was also a woman on the rise in the later half of the 19th century and beyond. I would like to end with a quote from Marie Curie. Radium was not to enrich anyone. Radium is an element. It belongs to the people. Thank you.